Here, we want to introduce our paper Unified Pre-Training with Pseudo-Texts for Text-to-Image Person Re-Identification. Text-to-Image Person Re-Identification is a cross-modal retrieval task that searches for images of the target identity based on natural language descriptions. Compared with images, natural language descriptions are more flexible and easier to obtain under certain circumstances. The text-to-image re-identification task thus attracts much attention. However, text-to-image re-identification is also significantly more challenging than the image-based re-identification. Previous works simply utilize publicly released pre-trained models that have learned from generic data. In more detail, the visual encoders are usually pre-trained on ImageNet, while the textual encoders learn on hundreds of millions of words. These models naturally serve as the initial parameters of visual and textual encoders in text-to-image re-identification. No extant research has yet investigated how the pre-training task affects the following text-to-image re-identification task. In this paper, we make the first attempt to explicitly reveal the inconsistencies between the existing pre-training task and the text-to-image re-identification task. As shown in this figure, there are two main inconsistencies, data and training. Regarding the data inconsistency, we observe that the pre-training data are obtained from various objects and scenes, while the text-to-image re-identification data are specific to pedestrians. A large domain gap exists between these two kinds of datasets. Moreover, regarding training inconsistency, it is worth noting that the initial visual and textual models in previous methods are pre-trained independently. This approach might not be suitable for text-to-image re-identification, since the interaction between images and texts key to narrowing down the modality gap. We therefore consider how to directly apply the modality interaction during the pre-training to match the process in text-to-image re-identification. To this end, we present a novel Unified Pre-Training Pipeline, UNIPT, which is specifically designed for the text-to-image re-identification task. Enabled by LU Person, we create a new text-labeled variant, LU Person T, for the model pre-training. Removing the labor and cost associated with manual annotation, the pseudo-text descriptions are derived automatically using a novel divide-conquer-combine strategy based on clip. Specifically, we first divide the person characteristics into attribute phrases, like a blue striped shirt and long hair. Next, we convert these phrases to prompts, and input them into the frozen clip model to obtain the most matched attributes for specific person images. Subsequently, we insert the matched attributes into predefined templates to obtain complete pseudo-texts. Moreover, we adopt synonym substitution to enrich the diversity of descriptions. LU Person T contains about 1.3 million image-text person pairs, making it the largest text-to-image re-identification dataset in existence, even though the text descriptions are pseudo-texts. The optional set appears 580,257 times in total, in which the occurrence frequency of 4 attributes accounts for 94% of all optional attributes.